Welcome to the Francis Revels-Bey Show, also known as the CircleofGrace One Spiritual and Metaphysical Internet Radio Network. And I'm the host, Chief Principal Teacher and Founder, Bishop Francis E. Revels-Bey. Well, it's Monday. It's our weekly Monday show. It's April the 15th, 2013. It's approximately 12:01 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And here we are broadcasting live on Spreaker.com. Well, welcome and divine grace greetings to everyone this day for this 30-minute program. And what I want to initiate this program before I start the rest of it is through divine power and by divine grace. May you all be blessed with more wisdom, kindness, forgiveness, joy, self-worth, unconditional love, and so much more. Do it. Do your life. Do it with gratitude, with high energy, joyfulness, awareness. Be uplifted and bless others with your inner light, embracing theirs. And may you be healthy and prosper abundantly. And most of all, may you remember your divinity. Well, if you are listening to this show right now live on the Pacific Coast, it is 11 a.m. If you're under the Central Time Zone, it is 1 p.m. And if you're out on the East Coast, it would be 2 p.m. If you're right here at Mountain Standard Time, it is 12 p.m. And this particular podcast program is entitled Live on Purpose. You know, many people always want to know, how do I live on purpose? How do I just, get by on life? What am I to do from day to day? And there are a lot of people who are struggling, going through a lot of different situations. A lot of them are going through dramatic health changes. And some people who have been in a funk for a long time haven't really moved out of that funk, haven't moved out of that rut. And so they find themselves still there. And when they're there so long and they don't think there's any help coming their way, they begin to shut down. How many out there have been like that? I can raise my hand. I've been like that, where I felt like I just couldn't move on. I couldn't go forward. So you got to find out what is your purpose and then how to live it on purpose. Find out what your purpose is and how to go out there and live it on purpose. Well, before we get into that, let me give you some contact information and some new update information. And the newest update information is the tech issues have been straightened out. So if anyone wants to order my e-newsletter called Two Bears, you can. You can go right over to CircleofGrace1.net and place your order. Or if you want to get the one that's still running a little bit behind time, which is the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance. It has 4 distinctive months. It will have March, April, May, and June of this year with information. You'll get an affirmation there. You'll get a particular power color and sometimes 1 or 2 colors to consider using as accents in your wardrobe to help bring out the information that you receive. Also, there's a distinctive gemstone or mineral stone that is there. Maybe sometimes a flower, okay, that is utilized to represent that particular time frame. Now, what happens is I'm not going to necessarily pick the gemstone and the flower for the month that you see out there annually going on. I pick whatever the Spirit has given to me to relay to you in that information. And there's also a spiritual message there from the angel of grace, or the ascended, one of the ascended masters like Sananda, Saint Germain, Naughton, I call him Akhenaten. There's so many more who come through to give information for you in that particular the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance. And remember, when you order it, it's like $11 per issue or $33 for 3 volumes. So what happens is you get actually in the volume for 1 year, there'll be each issue. So there'll be 3 issues, and each issue covers 4 months. If you're doing two bears right now, there's not any individual issues, but there's 6 months subscription for $25 and a 1-year subscription for $45. So I didn't dismantle it. You can go there. Or better yet, you can always email me at iam.circleofgrace with the number 1 at the end at yahoo.com, or Bishop Francis, BISHOPFRANCIS at CircleofGrace with the number 1 at the end.net. Or you can also use iam.circleofgrace with the number 1 at the end at gmail.com. You can call my Skype number 973-685-5978, or call my spiritual prayer meditational decree request line and listen to a 2-minute decree, and then that's when you dial 505-717-4722, 505-717-4722. 4722 begins to spell out the word grace. So when you use those 2 numbers, you can leave me a message, contact me, give me your 10-digit phone number, give me your full name, and the meaning for your call. You know, some people call and they just, want you to guess. Got a lot of work that I'm doing here, helping a lot of different people. So don't put me in a position to guess or to play the psychic game with you. I don't need to do that, and neither do you. All right, so let's begin to move forward. The Circle of Grace 1 was founded on July the 2nd, 1999 AD, under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. Gave birth to his very own spiritual and metaphysical institute called the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance, and that happened on February the 7th, 2009. Both come under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. And I'm the host, Chief Principal Teacher and Founder, Bishop Francis E. Revels-Bey. Well, it's all about living on purpose. How do we live on purpose? Well, in the yogic philosophies, a word for purpose is called dharma, D-H-A-R-M-A. And always in meditation, deep meditation, you're always listening and seeking your dharma. What is your dharma? Well, dharma simply means purpose. And once you know what your purpose is, then you can live on purpose, live it purposely. In other words, you get out there and you just express it. Now, let me give you some living examples, because everyone on some level or another is desiring to discover their purpose for living, their purpose for being here, being in this present moment. Now, let's say if you're a person that goes out there and you love social activist work, you find yourself attracted to it very strongly. You feel like you're getting something done. You know that you're making a difference. Well, if you find yourself involved with that all the time, that's a part of your purpose. If you find yourself, let's say, a person who's an artist, you love to draw, you love to paint. You paint and draw just about everything you see in front of you. And what happens? You feel good about it. And when someone is able to witness your work, whether they witness the work in action while you're doing it, or maybe you have an opportunity to sell that work that you're doing, and you get great joy, not only just selling it and making money from it, but someone else having the joy capsulized in a frame or in a sculpture. You're doing your purpose. Maybe you're someone that you find yourself always bringing people together, networking all the time. That's a part of your purpose. Maybe you find yourself always able to uplift other people, take them from having the frowning face to a smiling face. And you're good at doing it all the time. Maybe you are good at being a comedian, telling jokes. Maybe you're good at being a choreographer or a filmmaker or a photographer. Or maybe you know you're supposed to be a model on a fashion runway. Maybe you're supposed to be a model just there doing commercial ads. But you know you do it well. You know when you do it, you get excited about doing it. That's a part of your purpose. But what is your purpose fueled by? Well, your purpose is fueled by your passion. The passion is the enthusiasm that you have in which gives you the energy in which to do it. Enthusiasm. You find yourself excited, enthusiastic, have a lot of high energy. You talk so fast, you almost sound like you're stumbling through your words, but you're excited. Or maybe you just have such high energy that you talk with great articulation. Best of all, you're able to move someone from a space where they didn't think they could do anything to a space where now they see themselves doing things. Maybe you're a mentor. Maybe you're a life coach, a transpersonal life coach. You have the ability to move people from A to Z and back again, but when they come back to A, they're on a higher plateau. Maybe you're able to get out there and be a firefighter or a police person. Maybe that's what you feel you're best for, you're geared to. But even in that, you find yourself having the passion every day. The passion every day to do something well. Do something with meaning, with purpose, that assists someone else. Makes your life better, makes the community that you live in better, your neighborhood, makes the state, the city. You just find yourself there. Well, see, passion is like the energy, the fire that fuels the purpose. It's the energy that's in you that allows you to feel more motivated and getting out there and being more excited. Well, see, if you can have that passion, that energy to do that, and think of the word passion as this. Look at the last three letters in the word passion. P-A-S-S-I-O-N. I-O-N is a charged particle. What kind of particle? A particle of life. Charged up. Electromagnetically charged up. Then we got the word pass. Well, think of pass like you're a pitcher. You're passing the ball between yourself and the catcher. Getting that pass, that pitch past the batter. You don't want the batter to touch the ball. You want to do what? Strike the batter out. Football quarterback, you want to toss that ball to a receiver or another player who's eligible to receive it. Pass, so you're moving it from one specific point to another specific point. But the whole key is to move it in the state or consciousness of the divine, of being infinite. So that is what? Expanding all the time. It's growing all the time. It's changing levels all the time. It's showing consistency all the time. So, in order for you to get to a point where you can realize your purpose, this is where meditation comes in. This is where prayer comes in. This is when you can decree a thing, it shall be. This is when you go to someone else who has a little bit more knowledge, a little bit more experience than you have about discovering your purpose. Sometimes we don't realize our friends around us, our closest friends, can see what the purpose is because they see you every day. They see what you do every day. They're in touch with you all the time. Family members that you're close to, they see, they feel all the time what you're doing. Educators, your peers, everybody sees something. Now it's time for you to see it. Well, some people say, well, how do I go about discovering that? Well, again, why don't you just take 2 or 3 sheets of paper, doesn't matter if they're blank or lined, and begin to write down everything that you have an interest in. Begin to write down everything you have an interest. Maybe you like being a sportscaster, or maybe you like sports, period, or you've done coaching. At any level, whether it's from children to high school level, to college to professional level, just write it down. Maybe you have an eye for interior decorating and design. You do it all the time. You're able to change your home around, make it look good on the inside as well as on the outside. Maybe you step into someone else's home or office and you do the same. And that person feels great gratitude from it. They feel wonderful from it because you help them see it a different way. Or maybe you're a singer or composer of music, for voice, for instruments, for symphonies, for bands, jazz, blues, R&B. But you get excited, write it down. Maybe you find yourself always designing things, tools or cars, or designing clothes, or designing graphic design. You notice that you do it well. And guess what? If you didn't have the skill or the training, the technical skill, you can go learn it. Some people don't even need to go learn the technical skill. It's just there. They just have to fine tune it. How do you fine tune that? You do it every day. You put it into motion every day. So what would be the reason behind your purpose? Because some people will ask that, well, I got this purpose. My purpose, I love helping people. But what's the reason behind it? What is the foundation? What's the base? As people say, what's the bottom line? Well, it has to get you past from yourself. You got to get past your personal space with your purpose. Because you can have a purpose and don't make a dent where you live. And you decide how big a dent, how deep you're going to go with that purpose. But you will find that if the enthusiasm in you is very great, if it is so great that you can't even sleep at night, you get so excited. If it is so great that tears stream out of your eyes because you know that when you reach that purpose, you feel just unbelievable joy. The tears are not sadness, they're tears of joy. Then you know, Rasingela will say, you know that you're on the path. You know that it is assisting. But here's another way. Sometimes when you're on your path and you're living your purpose, and you're living it on purpose, I mean you're just deliberately doing it. When you get people around you who become what we call the pessimistic crowd, they're the ones that want to tell you that you can't do it. It's impossible. Why you want to move 1,800 miles? I was told that. Why you want to move way over there? You're on the East Coast. Everything is here. You got New York City. You got Philadelphia. You got everything right here. Why you want to move way across the other side of the country? My first response was, well, I'm tired of living on the East Coast. But you know, the word tired was a seed, a verbal seed. So every time I said it, I was tired. I got physically exhausted. So what I used to say, I didn't say I'm not fed up with it. I used to say, well, I don't really care for the weather anymore. But I know that what I'm doing here on the East Coast is basically done, as I received a message, a divine message, that it's done. It's time to go where I could blossom more. So that's what I did. And it was presented to me through Spirit that it was time to move, to get off the East Coast and come to the Southwest. When I realized where it was, I'd always wanted to be here. So now I'm here, meeting more and more like-minded people. So they say your soul family expands. It's not just in one location, it's all over the planet. The great thing we all have to realize, the great thing is that we are here to go beyond our achievements. So you don't want to get stuck on your achievement. You don't want to get stuck just being in one place in your mind, in your heart. Well, I achieved that and I don't have to do any more. No, you want to keep going. Because the more you do, the more you explore, the more you become, the more you reveal to yourself, The more you receive, the more you're able to give out to other people, the more you're able to embrace others, see the light in them, and others see the light in you and embrace you. So you're going to do what? You're going to live on purpose. Well, here's an example now. Another example of living on purpose, because this is just a 30-minute show, but I want to get right out with the information. Choose to be happy. It's a choice, right? Choose to be happy. Not just become happy, be happy. Choose it. Make it a choice, a deliberate choice. So that means you get up in the morning, you want to get up with the energy of happiness, with the energy of joy, with the energy of excitement, with the energy of gratitude, with the energy of divine grace blessing you like a crown upon your head and a bright sun in your heart. You want to live on purpose. In other words, you got dreams inside of you. You got to live the dream. You want to be a well-known musician? Well, you're not going to become a well-known musician behind closed doors. People have to see you. People need to hear you. Nowadays, back in the days, back in the 50s and the 60s, we had cassette tapes. People would record onto a metallic cassette tape, and then you go to the radio station or you go wherever you had to go to try to get people to listen. Now you got CDs, you got DVDs, got flash drive, got everything now. Just plug it in, bring up the file, and people can listen to the audio clip, see the video clip of you. But you still have to get out there. You still have to be self-motivated. See, if you're not self-motivated, then you're not going to see much take place. What do they call this in network marketing or MLM groups? They call it take action. Take action. In other words, you act on it. You act on it with fervor. And you keep acting on it. Until what happens? Until you see that idea crystallize around you, come into form, take on shape, take on weight, and be there in front of you. So they say what? Take massive action. In other words, reach the masses with your action. So we all have to find these different ways, you see. And it is left up to you. Individually to yourself. It's not left up to anyone else but yourself. If I had stayed on the East Coast, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. I wouldn't have expanded myself into internet radio. I've just been working with video streaming or recording up clips and putting them in YouTube or wherever I had to put them at. But because I was willing to open up and allow change to take place, and change happens all the time. Change is not something that just happens today and doesn't happen tomorrow. It's going on. It's movement. If you study the nature is going through changes all the time. And they overlap. You see the winter time, it doesn't just stop winter and then it's summer or spring. There's a gradual process. There's a gradual process from winter to spring, then spring to summer, and then summer to fall, and then fall to winter. It's a process. And then that process are an infinite number of steps, of key steps that take place before you see the final product. And the final product is not yet the final product. Because if it's all about change, the final product is being what? Rendered. Just like a sculptor has a block of wood, a piece of granite, a piece of marble, clay, working with metal. It's never done until what? You can step back and see what you need to see in the piece that makes it a work of art. Same with a composer, same with a dancer, same with a singer, same with a rapper. Flowing with their words till it feels right. Put the music, feels right. Everything is connected. So you're going to live on purpose. What are you going to do? You're going to live on purpose. What are you going to do? You're going to live with purpose, on purpose, but find your purpose. And know that your purpose is backed by passion. And your passion is backed by what? Your love for what you do. Your unconditional love of helping others. You know, that's the true passion. That's the true purpose. Being the love that you are, because you enjoy and you want to share. You want to make a difference. And then not only do you want to make a difference, but you want others to assist you in making a difference. But first, you got to go do it. You got to be out there first. You can't ask other people, then you don't show up. You can't get other people excited, and you yourself are not excited about what you do. And what we have to understand is that not everybody is going to be on the same wagon. Not everybody's going to get on the same parade float. Not everybody's going to be on the same car with you, going down the road. But you must do it. So here's another key. Don't have any expectations. You cannot expect others to do something that you yourself have not done. So you must really do what? Work on yourself. Part of living your purpose and living on purpose is working on yourself. You don't expect anybody else. You just work on yourself. Expect you to do it. Expect yourself to be overflowing with integrity. Expect yourself to be overflowing with unconditional love. Expect yourself to be humble. Expect yourself to be kind and have understanding. Expect yourself. Don't look to others to have it. Look to you. You ever have that experience with someone say, well, I think you ought to do this. You know, your answer might be to that person, well, since you thought of it, maybe you're supposed to do that, because I didn't think of it. The thought didn't come to me. But that thought came to you. You keep bringing it to me, but the thought came to you and it keeps coming to you, so you're supposed to do it. See, each one teaches one. Well, that's the end of today's program. I want you to live on purpose. Find out what your purpose is. Write down all the things that you love to do. Write down the things that you desire to do and that you know you're going to do. And then start making progress, making steps, even if it's just small, minute steps. Live on purpose. When you live on purpose, it's your dream, it's your vision that you're carrying within you. No one else. No one else can live that purpose like you. Only you can live that purpose. Well, again, if you want to contact me, any comments about the show, I'm on Facebook at Circle of Grace 1. I'm there as Brother Francis Revels-Bey. You can always email me at im.circleofgrace1@yahoo.com, im.circleofgrace1@gmail.com, Bishop Francis at circleofgrace1.net. Call me on my Skype number, 973-685-5978, or use my spiritual prayer meditational decree request line, which is 505-717-4722, which is the word grace. Follow me on Twitter if you like also. Well, until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance, and I'll be back next Monday, 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
And if you don't really know where you're going, if the